welcome back to my channel. Today we have my first book haul of the year and I have so many books here. In my defense, January is usually when I get like the most books, like between December and January, because Christmas and then my birthday's in January. So I have like, I'm not gonna fully count, but I think like between 30 and 40 books here. And like I do in my book hauls, I have divided them all up into like little categories. So we're gonna start with this first category here, which are classic retellings. All of these books are based on other classic novels or classic myths, stories, things like that. So first up, we have Our Hideous Progeny by C.E. McGill. This is a Frankenstein retelling. I believe that it's also Sapphic, about Mary, who is the great niece of Victor Frankenstein. She finds some shocking papers about her great uncle's past and the key to life. I've been hearing really, really great things about this. However, I want to read Frankenstein before I read this, so that is something that I'm planning on doing soon. Then we have a Dracula retelling, and this one is The Root of Ice and Salt. This is a reimagining of Dracula's voyage to England filled with gothic imagery and queer desire. And this one is translated. I believe this was originally published in Mexico in Spanish and it's been translated, so I'm very, very excited for this. I mean, as we know, I love a Dracula reimagining, a Dracula retelling. Then I have Serpentine Valentine by Gianna Darling. This is a Sapphic Medusa dark romance. This was so kindly sent to me by Gianna Darling and I can't wait to read it. I have been hearing amazing things for this, and literally, I've been saying this since the dawn of ages, that I want a Sapphic Medusa romance. And like, that is all I've wanted. So I'm hoping that this is going to be that for me. And then we have An Education in Malice by S.T. Gibson, which is a Carmilla retelling. I did just recently read this in a reading vlog, and if you want to hear all my thoughts about it, you can go watch that. This was my most anticipated book of the year because S.T. Gibson wrote like my all-time favorite book, A Dowry of Blood, which is another Dracula retelling. This one, you know, you can go watch that vlog to hear what I thought about it. It was a thing that I read. Okay, kind of continuing the trend of those books, I have more vampire books. I don't know what it was the past couple months, I just kept getting vampire books. So first up, we have In the Roses of Pyria by Anna Burke. This is a Sapphic vampire dark fantasy. It says it's queer dark fantasy romance that teams with sensuous vampires, dark academia, plant horrors, and terrifying fungal fae. Terrifying fungal fae? Hell, like, yeah, sign me up. I'm hoping that this gives me these Sapphic vampires that I was looking for from another book. The next one is Scarlet by Genevieve Cogman. This one I'm so excited about. It just sounds great. It is the French Revolution with vampires. Like, do I need to say anything else? No. I feel like maybe I need to do like a vampire vlog soon. That would be fun. Then we have The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova. This one I think is vampires. I don't 100% know. I do know that it is based around the Dracula myth, Vlad the Impaler, all of those things. It's about this woman who finds all of these letters and it like plunges her into this historical mystery. It is a very chunky book, but I don't know. I've been told by people that I'm probably gonna love this based on my love of other books. So I wanna try it. I wanna try it. My nose is gonna get all red throughout this whole video. I have allergies. Literally, I stepped outside this morning to take Loki out and there was like a layer of pollen everywhere. Ugh, so sorry if I'm very snotty in this video. Continuing that trend, a lot of these books have a lot in common. I could have put them in multiple categories. These are all Sapphic books. Along with all the Sapphic books that I already mentioned, I got more. I replenished my Sapphic TBR because I had realized that I've read the majority of the Sapphic books that I own and I needed more. Do I need to explain that? No. So first up, we have A Game of Hearts and Heists by Ruby Rowe. This is a fantasy romance that I'm so excited to read. It's about an assassin and a heist, two women, two deadly professionals, and a romance that could be their downfall. It is enemies to lovers, heist, found family, secret royal, babes on bikes, and only one bed. I'm so excited for that one. Then we have Don't Want You Like a Best Friend by Emma R. Albin. This is a Sapphic historical romance that I think is kind of like loosely inspired by The Parent Trap. It's about these two best friends who I think are trying to set their parents up with each other. Like one of them's dad and then the other one's mom. And then as they're doing that, they end up falling in love with each other. And that sounds so adorable. Then we have Tell Me How It Ends. I believe this is another Sapphic heist fantasy. It's about a main character who deals in tarot magic. She can predict people's futures and uncover their secrets. I've just been like lusting after this cover ever since I saw it. And then I found this edition on Pango Books. It had like sprayed edges and I was like, yeah, don't mind if I do. Then I have Chlorine by Jade Song. This one is about, from my understanding, it's about a girl who wants to turn into a mermaid, or thinks she's a mermaid. She's a swimmer, like a professional swimmer, and she lives her life as if she is a mermaid. But I think it is about like body image and the pressures on young women in their bodies, how to look, how to move, how to exist in their bodies. I don't know, it sounds very interesting, very weird. I did start reading this earlier in the year and then I put it down just because I was like really enjoying the writing, but I could just tell I wasn't in the mood for something weird. So I'm excited to go back to this when I am in the mood. And then I have Requiem for Immortals by Lee Winter. This is a Sapphic assassin romance about this woman who's an assassin for hire and she's hired to kill this other woman, but she meets her and she's like, oh, why would anyone want to kill this woman? She's stunning, she's beautiful. I don't want to kill her, I want to kiss her. That's my interpretation. I have read another book by Lee Winter. It was called like The Brutal Truth and I loved that, so I'm very excited for this one. I think it's like half romance, half thriller, very dark. It's also really funny because like inside right here where the synopsis should be is like nutrition facts. So it says it's 100% lesbian, 100% sapphic. For the plot, it has thawing the ice queen, slow burn, assassin falls for her target, opposites attract. Also the end pages are sheet music. Next little category, these are both special editions of books that I love. So first up, oh my god, I can't believe I have this in my hands. We have Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin. This is the Books for Days crate. This is their special edition and I'm literally like, look at them. Look at my lovelies. This is so stunning. This is actually the reverse dust jacket. The inside part looks like that, but I love the character art so much better. But like the naked book also, oh my god, stunning. And this is one of my favorite romances ever. I'm so excited to have this beautiful copy of it with the sprayed edges. It's stunning. It's really stunning. It makes me so happy. And then I also have the Darkly Madly duet by Trisha Wolfe. This one is a bind up of Born Darkly and Born Madly. I think I might own a copy of the first book. I don't love the covers, but then I saw this and I was like, okay. Going along with these special editions, I have these editions of the Grace Draven books that, oh, I think these might be the prettiest special editions that I own. Like this artwork is actually, should be illegal. It should be illegal for artwork to be this beautiful. Like it looks like this is the type of artwork that I would see in like an art museum and it would be like behind glass, like you wouldn't be able to touch it or get near it or breathe on it. That's how beautiful it is. So we have Master of Crows, which I have not read, and then Entreat Me, which I have read and I'm actually rereading it this month for my book club. These are just beautiful. I love Grace Draven. She's one of my favorite romance authors and I'm so excited to have special editions of her books. Then I have this stack right here, which are all monster romances, paranormal romances, like romances with non-humans. I guess that's what these are, romances with non-humans. These first four I've already read. We have Barbarian Alien by Ruby Dixon. This is book 2 in the Ice Planet Barbarian series, which is a series of alien romances. I did not like this one. The man in this book gave me the ick and it never went away. Then we have That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming. This one is like a cozy fantasy romance about this girl who accidentally saves a demon and they go on a journey together. It's really a fun time. Then we have Bride by Ali Hazelwood, which is a vampire werewolf romance, like fated mates. This was 5 stars. This here changed my brain and I'm obsessed with it. I'm in love with it. I read it twice in a day. In a single day. I read this twice. I have a whole vlog reading all 3 of these books actually if you want to hear all of my thoughts. And then I have Stolen by the Wolves by Links Robinson. This one, I guess they're technically humans, but it is Omegaverse. So they're like human plus. Human plus. They got some extra bits, okay? They have some extra, you know. So human plus. This is a historical Viking Omegaverse. Oh my god, it was so amazing. So amazing. Then the two that I have not read yet, we have Catherine Moon. This is The Company of Fiends. This is the companion to, oh my god, I always get this title wrong. Rook's Grave Manor, I think. Lady of Rook's Grave Manor. I don't know why that title is so difficult for me. It's bringing me back to like Butcher and Blackbeard. There's just certain titles that my brain doesn't compute. These are monster reverse harem romances, and I'm so excited for this. I love Catherine Moon. All of her books that I've read have just been amazing. So I'm super excited to read this one, which I believe is following a group in like a sex theater troupe. And then I have, okay, this one I bought completely on a whim. It is called Nightshade by Carrie Lake. And I believe that this one is a gothic angel romance. I have just been recommended many times to read this author, specifically when I've asked for like romance books that lean a little bit horror. A lot of people have told me this author. I don't know if it's this book in particular or if there's another book, but I saw this on Pango Books and I blacked out and I bought it. Okay, then continuing the romance trend, because you guys know I've been in my romance era lately, so I've gotten a lot of romance books. These are all contemporary romances. Those were romances with not humans. These are romances with humans. We have Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. This one is a romance between two stand-up comedians, and I think they're funny. I'm hoping they're funny. I really want like an actual LOL, laugh out loud romance, and if a romance about two comedians does not make me giggle, I will have thoughts. Then I have All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. This one I actually read recently, and you guys will hear all of my thoughts in a vlog soon. So I'll keep them to myself for now. If you can guess by my facial expressions what I thought of it. This one is a like small town romance about this girl who is escaping from her life, and she rents out this guy's garage apartment for a month. But when she turns up there, she realizes that he had no idea that she rented it out. His 15-year-old son is the one that rented it to her, and the guy is like, get the hell off my lawn. And she's like, oh my god, no, I have nowhere else to go. So he lets her stay, and it is Mariana Zapata's classic slow burn. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it for now. And then I have Raiders of the Lost Heart by Joe Segura. This one is supposed to be like a Indiana Jones, archaeology, The Mummy vibe romance about these two rival archaeologists. It sounds amazing. I'm so excited for it. More romances. We have new fantasy romance releases. First up, we have Feybound by Sara El Arifi. This is a Fey, elves, Sapphic romance. The main character gets exiled from the elven lands and goes into the world of the Fae. And that sounds great. This edition also is just like beautiful. I think this was from Waterstones. Then we have A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel L. Jensen. This is a new Viking fantasy romance that I'm so excited to read because I really love Daniel L. Jensen's Bridge Kingdom series. And who doesn't want a good Viking fantasy romance? And then we have Lore of the Wilds by Annalise Sabrana. This is like a cottagecore fantasy romance about this human woman who lives in the world of the Fae, and humans are kind of like kept as prisoners, and she is given the opportunity to journey into the Fae lands to go into a library that is like magically protected, and no Fae can enter this library. So a Fae lord wants her to go into the library, since she's a human, and catalog all the books and information that is in there and tell him anything important she finds. I will be talking about this in an upcoming vlog. As always, in all of my book hauls, we have the T. Kingfisher category. Is it a book haul of mine if I don't haul a T. Kingfisher book? No, it's not. And I got all of the hardcovers of her Saint of Steel series, because what really annoys me about the series, not annoys me, but I could not find the first book in hardcover. I could only find it in paperback. And then all of these books only come in hardcover, not paperback. So I was gonna have a mismatched collection. But then I found out on T. Kingfisher's website, you can order these directly from her and they're cheaper. I got all of them. So we have Paladin's Grace, Paladin's Hope, Paladin's Strength, and then the new one, which just came out recently, Paladin's Faith. And these are all fantasy romances. And I have read the first book and I loved it, so I cannot wait to continue. And these will be added to my T. Kingfisher collection. The next two are both like cozy fantasies. The first one, which I've read, is Forged by Magic by Jenna Wolfhart. This one is a cozier fantasy romance about this half-orc who goes on a quest to find illegal magic users on this island. She gets shipwrecked. She ends up on the island she was looking for, and this elf man finds her, knows that she is like a hired mercenary, so he doesn't want her on the island, but she is now stranded there for 6 weeks and has to stay and participate in the town's summer festival where the winner gets granted a wish from the island. It was so cute and fun. I just really loved this. It was honestly such a surprise. And then I have Keeper of Enchanted Rooms by Charlie N. Holmberg. And this one is about a magical house. So this man inherits this estate, and when he gets there, he realizes that the house is magical, and as soon as he goes in, the door's locked and he's trapped there. And the main character has been trained in the Keeper of Magical Rooms and things. So she goes to help this man escape the house, tame the house, deal with the house. It just sounds super cute and fun. And then the last little category I have here are, what did I say these were? Books by authors that I've read before. I don't know. These are just kind of the leftovers. You know, we always get here at the end of the haul where I'm like, how do these books relate to each other? I don't know. So we have The Last Hero by Lyndon A. Lewis. This is the third and final book in the First Sister trilogy, which is a like sci-fi, space opera, Handmaid's Tale, epic war between the planets. The first book was so amazing. I cannot wait to finish this trilogy off. And then we have Untethered Sky by Fonda Lee, who is the author of the Greenbone saga. And this one follows a main character whose entire family was killed by manticores, which I don't know what that is, but I will Google it and find out. So now she's set out on revenge and she wants to hunt down and kill all the manticores. So she enrolls in this like army where people ride this flying bird thing up here, and they're flown to hunt the manticores. And so she's paired with one of these flying guys. That just sounds fun. I love a book where you're writing something that's flying. So that is my entire book haul. Those are all of the books that I've gotten so far this year. And I'm actually on a no buy for March. I have one exception because my childhood bookstore, I actually found out, is closing down after being there for like 60 years, and they're closing very soon. So I want to go there before they close. So I'm allowing myself the exception that I can buy books there, but other than that, I am not buying any books this month, and I've stuck to it. It's already March 8th. Have I purchased a single book? No. Not that I need to go on a book buying ban. Honestly, I think if people want to buy books, they can buy books. They should buy books. I just want to catch up with the books that I've gotten recently. Like, I want to actually like read a bunch of these before I buy new books. That is my plan. That is my goal. I've already read a lot of them, as you saw, but I'm still making my way through the stacks. If there's any books that I talked about in this video that you're very, very interested in hearing about, you're like, Riley, I can't go to sleep until I know your thoughts on this specific book, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll pick it up soon. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and check out my Patreon where I post tons of exclusive content. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!